15 all.
You can see that. That's a good serve. So 197. It's, you know, he's only 6 foot. He's not. He's done some work in the gym though. You can see he's physical.
The dynamic here is really interesting, Raj, because these two, even though they haven't played, they know each other incredibly well.
I'm sure. I hope they're enjoying watching their sons.
15 left.
I don't think there's, you know, you love watching your sons progress or your daughter.
So that's the kind of pattern you will expect to see. Try to target that backhand of Shelton and then open things up. 2 aces for both players early.
Who's prepared to play good offense?
Well, there's that weapon that you talked about. An easy hold there for Shelton. The fact that the matches are free to watch around the world as well, it's a big deal. Yeah, the level of play is so incredibly high. You mentioned Shelton, I mean, winning 15 straight matches at the end of the year. Well, the serve and volley was not natural for Ben Shelton. He picked a match in Tiburon, California, first round of a challenger against Roberto Quiros, and he said to Dean Goldfein, his traveling coach, his dad, I'm going to serve and volley every single first serve for the entirety of a match.
And that's one that excites me as well, that ability to hit that forehand cold for a winner from back there. You know, because he's got mixture, he's got some variation. He likes. That was well played. So there was the first time we had a moment, the area that he feels the most comfortable. He got the reply. Big early moment.
Now that's what has gotten him out of trouble for years. That serve and forehand combination.
On the inside in forehand. Good hold.
Advantage.
Third ace for Wolf.
That's a good ball. Quickly moved up to it.
Important it is to have that physical fitness level where it needs to be. Has become much more.
You know, for JJ Wolf, you look at his run through here. This is the first time he's had to face that type of serve. And that's what I would do if I would, you know, if I'm Wolf, I'm thinking, okay, every time I get a chance.
I thought Wolf was going to sneak in a little bit more and got caught, so it's going to be Ben Shelton's first test at 30 all.
Went after his forehand a number of times, and then it allowed him to have this forward part of the court available to him and just testing out the movement pretty good. That was a healthy point.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. From that position to come up with that is absurd. 3-all.
Got into their stride a little bit more. Yes, they've made a few unforced errors. We'll leave that alone at the moment. That one 137.
Jeez. Good
direction too. He was able to control that. So there's always going to be a couple of, you know, some unforced errors early, which we're going to allow, because it's a little bit of the nature of the.
Good night. I did talk to Dean Goldfein. I said, have you brought up with Ben that how big of an opportunity it is?
How some players will just gravitate to the situation and just take it on themselves.
Of the players you worked with, who was the best at that in terms of early in their careers handling that big moment?
Regardless of the opponent, and you know, and the others, I guess I had to.
Yeah, what he's done in terms of the professionalism over the last couple of years has been really a joy to watch.
Well, I think, you know, you look at, you look at players before you, and I think, you know, it's interesting when you watch Ben Shelton. Sometimes when a player stands a long way back and you've got a big serve.
Game, Shelton.
Gravy, 226. He does have the fastest of this past weekend, does Shelton, as Wolf serves 4-all.
15 left.
Yeah, that's just such a great serve and such a counter to what you just saw with the power. Yeah, both of those returns stepped in a little bit more.
Yeah, and a poor point though, really, from walking to the forehand of Shelton. So I just think that ball immediately needs to go into the backhand side, and you've got to expose the weakness. You've got to go to an area which is not the weapon. These are challenging moments, right?
Wolf's going to have to sort that out, only winning 1 return point on Shelton's first serve so far.
15
Done
left.
pretty well himself, though, and losing 5 points on his first serve.
Yeah.
40 left.
This is quite a stretch right now from J.J. Wolf. Oh my! Absolutely! What a hook from Ben Shelton.
And this drop shot here, take a look, did this a lot. It's not one that goes up and has some air and goes down. It actually gets there quite quickly, and he did that a lot against Alexei Popyrin as well. You get it there quickly, and then you put your body on top of the court as well. Doesn't give the opposition a lot of space to hit into.
Game, Wolf.
Impressive. I don't mind him going after that forehand once or twice, again, using the pace that he's able to generate on that inside-out forehand. And power through here.
Well, also what it does, you go back behind someone like Ben, who's still developing his strength and his power movement. There's a real area of you know, accelerated development there as well.
Game, Shelton.
It's good to see Shelton run around and get a forehand there. He's been a little hesitant to do so early in this. Yeah, smart play. Again, goes back behind him. To your point, Raj. 3-2. Oh, come on. Come on.
I didn't see any of that happening. That it was, you know, it wasn't a great drop shot at the end of the day, and JJ did exactly what he should have done. You know, he could have ripped it cross court. That was one of the things he could have done.
4-3.
Well, the inside in forehand has been a question through this set, and Wolf has quite an answer.
For Wolf.
Yeah, had to defend first, and this was a nice ball, and quickly got around that return chip from the left.
So Wolf set points, a couple of looks. he went for it all, misses by a couple of inches. J.J. Wolf, solid mental performance from the former Ohio State Buckeye. Takes the first set in a breaker.
Game.
Continues
Wolf.
popping the aces. I believe it was 6 or 7 straight games with an ace against
One
Michael
game.
Moe. Dug out well. That is a rocket off the racket of JJ.
It's amazing how players can now just Shelton there just to hit that off-pace ball in front of Wolf.
40 love.
The outside of the line.
To hit a flat one, he just changes
15
the face of the racket, but keeps the same ball toss.
How hard is that to do?
And obviously it is hard to do, but also it's quite hard to pick because you generally, when someone decides to
40 love.
you might be able to pick their ball toss a little, especially someone who like JJ, whose ball toss gets out to the right, and you can see he's really pronounced the way he gets around and cuts around the ball. And he's definitely not. I'm not sure whether it's about respecting your countrymen.
Well, the first break of serve going to go to Ben Shelton. 4-2 here in set 2. Yeah, it's such an interesting dynamic once there is that first break. Now adjustments have to make. Yeah, finds it just inside the line. Game points for Shelton. That's too good. Yeah, now 26 winners. And 14 of them have been off of that forehand wing.
Just force Shelton to serve it out. Well played.
Oh my, that's an ugly winner, but Shelton will take it, grabbing a couple of set points.
15, 4.
Does. Yeah, smart decision there from J.J. Wolf.
Game and second set.
Ben Shelton on the strength of 2 breaks takes set number 2.
6 games
6-2 and best of 5 now. Best of 3 here in John Cain Arena.
You can't throw around that one. He's got some natural power, there's no doubt about that.
Well done by Wolf to force the issue.
Going to have to hit this ball here.
Good composure there for Shelton to stay true. Find that finish. That is absolutely ridiculous. That defensive effort there paying off.
Yeah, it was great defense here, and then accelerated on the backhand side there, as you saw. This is the finish.
First game, third
But
set.
all the good work was done when he had to defend. It defended with a chip, an open racket face ball that went deep, and that put him back in the point, and that was a good hustle.
Night-night.
Game Wolf.
Cold to love. Years on the men's side. One of them this year. So you know that one. You did it last night.
Yeah, but are you talking here?
Here in Melbourne.
10 years, okay, so that's 2012.
Yeah, 2 now. Only 3 Americans have reached the quarterfinal. Both of them still playing.
Oh, both still playing?
Yes.
30 love.
Okay.
Only one of them was here, however.
Especially with the scoreline at love 15, that ball. Just need to go over, put a bit of pressure on.
Yeah, 3 appearances at the net here for J.J. Wolf.
So instead of just getting it out of the corner of your eye, you're getting it a lot. It's more present.
Oh my. It's not an easy ball, but definitely one he wants to flatten out a little bit more than he was able to.
Anticipated well.
Brought to the net quite a bit in that game, and Wolf up to the
Balls,
task.
please. 30 love.
On the practice court.
40-50.
It's a good serve. And sometimes it's just in the moment. There's you get a bit of tension in your own.
That's great ball. Took that early.
Game Wolf.
That's a great example of that particular serve, of his ability to make that toss out to his right and then boom, just flatten it out wide.
It's a good blow. Beautiful return. Again, you get the return back to the server. It's really hard for the server to play an aggressive shot.
Well, that's a massive backhand winner out of Ben Shelton from middle of the court to 30 all.
Take it on and actually take ownership of this ball here. It was in the middle of the court. He was already set up, so he just had to decide whether he was prepared to pull the trigger with that type of aggression at that moment.
Oh my.
Goodness me.
And stepping up into the moment.
It really affects their line of sight. Oh, it's a big ball. Getting that one, this one here through the middle. But still, to be able to strike that from there, 153 kilometres an hour is impressive. It's almost like it's just been hit through the court versus I need to hit it in. I need to visualise where I'm going to hit this, aim this ball.
30 love.
I need to get it there.
Game Wolf.
That is his 3rd hold to love, actually 4th hold to love of this set for J.J. Wolf.
Shelton's doing the same thing. Not as, obviously, as efficient.
Brings up a couple of set points.
Game and third set.
Well, just rock solid once again in the tiebreak. J.J. Wolf, 2 sets to 1 lead.
Wolf leads by 2 sets
Set away
to 1.
from the quarterfinals, the Australian Open. Just looking back at scores from this week. Keep an eye on the energy here for Shelton these first couple of games. No, he lost 1 point here.
Game Wolf.
So 4 of the last 5, we would say, holds to love for J.J. Wolf. After that set break.
Game Shelton.
Hold to love for Shelton.
I'm guessing it'll be around the return of serve.
15 love.
Well, you can't do much about that.
30-40.
Now 2 of 6 on his break chances. That is a cannon from Wolf in a big spot at 2 of 4. Wow, J.J. Wolf is up to the task. The winner count was down in the 3rd set for Shelton off that forehand wing. Say 4 or 5 years from now, you'll see a few more net appearances as well. Still a little bit on the low side for his capability, just 16 on the day. But with his serving ground stroke capabilities, it will continue to get a little bit better. That's another clean sheet for J.J. Wolf, striding with confidence here. Holds to love again, 3-2.
40-30. Yes.
I believe that was his uncle Rick with some nerves there.
Game Shelton.
Doesn't need nerves, does it?
3 games on.
Yeah, just the second.
We're getting a small sample size, really,
Yeah.
of Ben Shelton.
30 love.
Go back to a point I made just a couple minutes ago, the fact that he only has 16 net appearances on the day. And does it again, this time to serve +2 to finish it off. Getting into twilight hours here, closing in on 6 o'clock local time. Shelton, 3-4.
Game Shelton.
6 aces on the set for Shelton.
All these areas will keep developing, and
he's got it. Well, this is the first time that JJ's dealt with love 15 in quite some time. Just making that return early.
that's the key.
Well, both players thought that ball had missed, but it's Shelton who's able to take advantage of it.
Now, here it is here. Yep, just took the line.
Yeah, it's a lot of wrist act. Yeah, I just overcooked it. Once again, Wolf survives.
New balls, please.
Quite the test.
The mental challenge right here that's in front of Shelton.
Well, that net appearance paying off, and again, I think he's maybe 25% of fully formed.
Yeah, and he also likes playing in the moment. That was a big point. He was able to just let loose and unload on a ball down the line. And then this one here, which you're talking about.
40-15.
Wolf was...
And that's why you're disappointed, because all of a sudden there could be that.
But it's actually this big weapon into the forehand side that's creating a little bit of opportunity for Wolf.
There he goes again.
It's not bad. Second return winner for Shelton on the day. Cut the back of the line.
Mr.
Shelton wants to have a look-see. He's going to also point to a mark on the court. Finally getting a look at it here, but that is, yeah, clearly on the inside. Too good. This is formidable stuff. Always nice to have that insurance mini break, though.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Now you get a little tight. Well, this match is going to get the fifth set. It so richly deserves.
7 games to 6.
Shelton has forced the fifth. It's coming up.
15 love.
That starts it well.
Love.
Like I said, he starts it well.
40 love.
I've just always been a believer in it. I just think
oh, he does not look comfortable taking that overhead, does he?
Doesn't like taking the overhead.
Jeez. Yikes. Just goes to show, oh my, as Wolf takes that ball out of the stance, how important it is for Shelton to make those returns.
There you go.
Who in your career as a coach has been the best at that when the attention rises?
Stable?
Yeah, being at their best.
Bring me the big moments. He almost thought a lot clearer.
40 love.
Didn't have the serve.
Yeah.
You didn't. The different types of game, but loved playing at that time.
Wow. Right through him.
Great defense. And this here was smart because JJ Wolf doesn't look overly confident, and he goes straight through his man. Why wouldn't you go straight through the middle of the court?
That's a great hold, considering he was pushed there with a couple of errors as well.
Ben Shelton look after this very first ball.
15 love.
And what generally happens when you're in this sort of rhythm?
And quickly getting to the line after finding an ace like that too, to really impose yourself. Well, that's well executed by JJ Wolf.
There's some good hustling going on by the left-hander.
15 on.
It was Wolf in the last game. The good thing for him is that he has the capability of hitting the serve +1 over and over again.
Don't worry, I didn't mean it.
40 love.
That was good. That's impressive. That's a bit more fuel. You've got to stay the course, though. Stay in your lane. Just keep your head down. Keep the blinkers on.
Yeah, just be cognizant of the fact that that's what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Game.
It's a good hold. Again. And he's got his spot there.
Shelton.
Quite a hold there for Ben Shelton. One game away from the quarterfinals.
Game, set,
Ben
match, Shelton.
Shelton's time is right now.
3 sets to 2. 6-7.
The 20-year-old
6-7.
is into the Australian Open quarterfinals in his debut in 5 sets. 6-7, 6-2, 6-7, 7-6, 6-2.